Hey guys, welcome to Pop's Collection. Is my card centered? I don't know, but we're going to find out today. I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen this card centering tool. You line up your card behind there, line up the lines, and it's got a little cheat sheet that gives you a guide on how centered the card actually is. We'll go over this, and I'm also going to go over another way on how I find out how centered my cards are. So let's go check it out. All right, guys, we're back. So let's go over this centering tool. So you're going to line the card up behind here, and where the borders on the card, you're going to match them up with these grid lines here. So this can be a little tricky, but you want to slide the card around, get it lined up top to bottom and side to side. It looks like, let's get that a little closer. So we've got it pretty lined up. So now we're going to find the border on here on the right side, and it looks like we're touching the number 4 line. And on the left side, it looks like we might be in between the 5 and 4, and on the top, we're in between the 4 and number 3. And at the bottom, it's kind of hard to see, but it looks like we're just at the number 3 line, maybe a little bit below. So with those corresponding numbers, if we're at a 4-3, we would be at a 57-43 ratio. Now online with the grading companies, we want to be around that 55-45 or better to be able to get that 10. So this is one way of quickly checking how centered the card is. And now I'll go over how I find the centering on mine. All right, now we got the microscope out. So I also have a little thin clear ruler that does tenths of a millimeter. And I'll show you how I'll measure this and get the ratio. So let me get this lined up under here, get it focused in. All right, so now we see our border, and we're going to pull it right up. Let's move it right about here. All right, so that's giving us about, I'd say, 54 millimeters on the right side. So we're going to jot that number down. Now let's flip it over, measure the left side, and get this, and it looks like we're at 58 millimeters on the left side. I'll jot that down too. Come back to this in a moment. So now let's go to the top. I'm going to go off his name up here. That lined up, and it looks like we're at about 42 millimeters on the top. And let's turn this around, and we'll do the bottom. And the bottom looks like we're at about 38 millimeters. All right, let's talk about our results. So on the right side, we had 54 millimeters. On the left side, we had 58. And the top, we had 42. And the bottom, we had 38. So now with this information, how do we find out what the ratio is? Is it 60-40? Is it 55-45? So how to figure that out is you're going to add both these two numbers up. So 54 plus 58 is going to give us 112. And the next number you want to find out is the difference between the left and the right side. So we have 4 points difference between the left and the right side. And what you want to do is you want to divide the difference by the total number, and that would give us 0.03% difference from left to right. So on the top side, we're going to do 42 plus the 38 is going to give us 80. There's also 4 points difference between those two. We're going to divide that by 80, and that's going to give us 0.05% difference. So now, well, what information did that give us? So 55, 45 is what the grading companies allow to be in the 10 range. Well, doing the same principle here, that means that we have an allowance of a 10% variation from right to left or top to bottom. So when we figure out these numbers here, it's below 10%. So that is going to be, that's going to fall in the 10 range. So that's how I figure out how centered my cards are. And I hope this helps anyone else. Ask any questions you have, and I'll try to answer the best I can. Thanks.